Dawgface gets spicy on No Jumper with this one right here. He say most of these hustlers these days are soft. SOF capital T, soft.
The really supreme hustlers, most of them niggas are some bitch ass niggas. Nowadays, robbery is looked at like it's some hoe shit, like it's some sucker shit. No, this country was formed on good robbery, train robbery, stagecoach robbery. So nowadays they look at robbery like it's some hoe shit. Oh, if you rob somebody, you ain't no real hustler. I ain't trying to be a hustler. I'm trying to let you go out there and make it, and I'm gonna come and take it from you. I'm gonna come relieve it of you, because most the really supreme hustlers, most of them niggas are some bitch ass niggas.
Boy, look like Dawgface done made his way up there to No Jumper. And he takes Adam 22 on the tour on back in the day on how he used to get down, man. Quite frankly, I think Dawgface might see it as the same, man. They say these hustlers, man, these days, man, they soft, man. Say they some BANs, man, if you know what that mean, man. But hey, y'all want y'all to get in that comment section and let me know what y'all thinking about this Dawgface up here at No Jumper to start off with, man. But we gonna jump right into this content though, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype button, and turn on that notification bell, man. If y'all want that Dawgface content, man, here it go. Let's go. See what Dawgface on No Jumper, see what he got to say about these hustlers, man.
Pontiac, Michigan. I moved from Pontiac to Detroit, 1986. I was 15 years old when I moved to Detroit.
Okay.
I moved down there to sell dope, active food, rob, steal, kill, all manners of plundering and robbery and thievery. That was me.
There wasn't enough of that going on in Pontiac?
No. Okay. I had already mastered all the thievery and robbery up there.
Okay.
So I needed a bigger situation to go rob and steal from them.
And who put you on to being a robber and whatnot?
Shit, the culture. It's the streets. When you're from the streets are the same no matter where you go. You're from Compton to Detroit, it's the same thing. From Philly to Compton to New York, the streets are the streets. We all experience all the same shit.
What do your parents want for you when you clearly went in another direction?
Oh shit, man, I wasn't even concerned with that. I was concerned about surviving. I was concerned about doing what I had to do to eat. You know what I'm saying? I was forced into the street. My mother and father got divorced. My mother had a drug habit, and so that forced me into the streets. It was what it was. At that point in time, I had to do what I had to do to survive.
Right. Damn. So it was that crazy. Was your dad not really around too much?
See, people like Adam don't understand, you know what I'm saying? And they can get amused by situations like this and hearing stories like this, though. But, hey, that's a good thing. So that's what people like Dawgface is out here to do, bro. They out here to spread these type of messages just to let them know, bro, anybody can do it where we come from. But let's keep it going, though, man. Dawgface was out there in them streets, man.
Not sure. What was your relationship with him?
After the divorce, he moved back down south.
Okay.
Which is where my parents were originally from Alabama. So he moved back down south, and it was just me and my mama up there. My older brothers moved back down south with him. It was just me and my mama up here.
Okay.
And that gold chunky, though, around his neck, boy. That stuff chunky.
Okay. And you didn't consider going down south? You weren't interested?
Nah, I'm a baby. I'm a cancer. So I'm a mama's boy by nature. So no, I wasn't gonna leave my mama no matter what.
Okay, for sure. And at what age did you drop out of school?
Shit, I didn't drop out. I was getting locked up in the youth home. No, I ended up getting my GED. So I got my GED in the training school.
And what would you have said that you wanted to do with your life when you were 15, 16? Were you already fully on board with like wanting to live a street life, or?
So to tell you the truth, right? I was fully on board with doing whatever it took to survive. Any matter what it was.
Right.
Survivor tactics, bro. He just had one that was taking shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't give whatever it was, sell drugs, rob, whatever. Whatever I had to do, I was gonna do it. It was simple as that. I didn't really have I didn't want to be Big Meech.
Okay.
I didn't want to be Maserati Rick. I didn't want to be none of that. I wanted to survive. So I was motivated by survival at first. I wasn't thinking about trying to be like nobody.
Right. Definitely. You're a funny podcast guest because the pauses just come out of the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't focused. I didn't look up to anybody, man.
Okay, yeah.
The situation I grew up in was real. So all I was trying to do was survive.
He ain't had no role model. That's what he's saying, bro. All he knew was the streets and survival of the fittest.
So whatever it took to survive, that's what I was on.
Okay.
I wasn't watching Scarface and say I wanted to be like Scarface. I didn't want to be like Marco Corleone, bro. I was just simply trying to survive. what I became is the direct result of just my journey in the street.
Right. So you're basically saying that like a lot of people get into the street life because they see this romanticized version of it in music and movies and whatnot. For you, this was just actually your reality. You weren't really influenced by pop culture or anything like that.
No, I didn't give a nothing about that shit. I wouldn't listen. There are a lot of people nowadays who are influenced by what you just said, by pop culture. They don't see it as that, but that's exactly what's going on. The music, the movies, the podcasts, the YouTubers, they want to be all that. You know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do to survive.
If you want to be a street dude, there's a lot of people like modeling it for you on the internet.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Hip hop is a model for all street dumb shit.
Yeah.
Hip hop is the number one source of the most ignorant shit you can find. You can find it on hip hop.
I mean, hip hop is all these dudes from these environments.
That's a fact. But hip hop is also the go-to when it's time for a pattern in life.
It's taking their trauma, repackaging it, and selling it back to people, mostly people who haven't really been through what they've been through.
A lot of these hip hop, bro, they ain't repackaging shit. A lot of these is just trying to be like somebody else.
Right.
Most of them are telling somebody else's story. That's not their story. When you really kind of like look into their background, most of the motherfuckers who are at the top of the hip hop game, they don't come from that, man. They may have grew up. It's different. It's a difference between coming up around something and seeing something and actually being a part of it. You can be from the streets but not be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? You can grow up in the hood and not be a killer, not be a gang banger, a gang leader, or a drug dealer, none of that kind of shit. You got motherfuckers who just simply existed in the hood, and that's what they know.
Yeah, no, definitely. How far into the street world would you say that you got during this time period? You know, like how advanced did you actually get hustle-wise?
Shit, I robbed the best of them. You hear me? Yeah, I'm robbing anything.
That was your primary forte, though?
I'll rob a robber. I'll rob some shit. You hear me? See, nowadays, robbery is looked at like it's some sucker shit. Yeah. But if you think about it, this whole country was formulated and formed, right? The greatest American heroes were the Jesse James, were the Billy the Kids, were the Thomasine and Bush Rides, were the Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah. Nowadays, robbery is looked at like it's some hoe shit, like it's some sucker shit. No, this country was formed on good robbery, train robbery, stagecoach robbery. So now
that's a fact, bro. Y'all do your research on that, bro. This country was formed off people taking over the land type thing.
Nowadays, they look at robbery like it's some whole shit. Oh, if you rob somebody, you ain't no real hustler. I ain't trying to be a hustler. I'm trying to let you go out there and make it, and I'm going to come and take it from you. I'm going to come relieve it of you, because most people are really supreme hustlers.
I got into an argument about my homeboy about a conversation about something similar to this right here too, man. I would get into detail, but I'm gonna let Dawgface speak on it.
Most of them niggas are some bitch ass niggas.
At that time period, what were the primary methods by which you would separate somebody from their drugs and money?
A pistol.
So you're talking about just like a one-on-one, we're gonna catch you when you're just walking down.
I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna surveil you. Okay. I'm gonna watch you. I already lined your ass up. You don't even know it.
See, Adam probably got a thought of something he done seen in the movie of you know what I'm saying, his explanation of how he figured it might go.
Right? So why should I stand on the block all day, all night selling dope when I know you a bitch ass nigga, and I know when I put this pistol on your bitch ass, you ain't gonna resist. You're gonna give it to me, because if you do resist, you know what's gonna happen. Right. So I'm not gonna stand out there all day and risk it. I'm gonna take your shit. And my whole concept was it's a safe way to hustle, because you can't call the police. Yeah. How you gonna call the police on me and you selling dope and I take your dope or I take your money from you? Right. How you gonna call the police? That's what I thought at first. Until I got into a situation where I robbed the motherfucker and the motherfucker called the police and said I took something else other than the drugs and the money from him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, how you play it now?
So was everything smooth sailing before that incident?
Hell no, I done been shot at, all kind of shit. You can't be an effective robber.
I'm about to say that, boy. Being out there in the streets trying to take, boy, that's dangerous, but you can, it leads to shootouts, funerals, people going to prison that ain't got nothing to do with it. That, boy, just from taking something from somebody could lead from bull crap.
And not have gone through, there are things that happen. Right. When you live in that life, see, robbery is more dangerous. Being a robber is more dangerous than being a drug dealer. Right? Because you taking something from somebody who don't want to give it to you. Right. And most drug dealers, they in the streets already. They have friends, they have associates, they have they are entrenched into the community. They got the bread. So when you take it from them, they ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna appreciate it. So they ain't gonna come back and do nothing to me personally because they some bitch ass niggas, but they will pay somebody else to try to do something to you. So I've been shot up a million times.
Because like the perfect scenario for a drug dealer is you just sell drugs for a long period of time and nobody f***s with you, nobody rats on you,
That's not
just
reality.
everything's smooth sailing for a period of time. But with a robbery, if you're a robbery guy, everything is blood and guts. Like this is either going down or they're gonna shoot you, or like it's, you have this one moment of conflict and then you get a bunch of money.
But as a robber, your reputation precedes you.
Yeah.
Once you become known as a robber, whenever somebody sees you, they clutch it. Because they think that you're gonna do something to them.
Right.
Even the old ladies are afraid of you.
So a lot of people will just hand it over though, but every once in a while you run into somebody who wanted to put up a fight.
There was resistance at times, but so the whole thing is, I come from a situation where I was raised by two of the most dangerous in my city from Pontiac. Suicide is one of them, and Louis Boy. And so you can ask anybody. You can ask anybody who ever been in the MDOC, the Michigan Department of Corrections. Louis Boy and suicide were two of the most violent, two of the most aggressive people that the city of Pontiac ever produced. And so when I was young, I grew up.
That's crazy. Dawgface said he came up under the two most violent people in the city, bro. So just imagine his thought process. And y'all know Dawgface did 17 years straight on a state penitentiary yard, bro. So just imagine his thought process, man. He basically breaking down how he seen the streets back in the day when he was out running the streets, bro.
Up under them. And so at first I used to talk to people a lot. You know what I'm saying? When I pull that pistol out, I try to coax them out of giving me this shit. Because a lot of times when just because you pull a pistol on the motherfucker, don't mean they're going to automatically be compliant. They ain't going to automatically just do what you say do. They're going to try to talk you out of it. Or they're going to try to talk you into a situation where they can kind of like disarm you, or they can pull their shit. Because most of the times you rob somebody, they got guns on them too.
Yeah.
So Louis Boy and suicide told me, you can stop talking so much, man. After I got shot the first time, right? You talking too much. Once you pull a pistol out, a pistol is a tool of destruction. Once you pull that motherfucker out and point at that motherfucker, there ain't supposed to be no back and forth. You're supposed to drop that shit like it's hot. And so they told me that you doing too much talking, you're gonna fuck around and get shot in the face. You're gonna die this time. Next time you gotta wait this time. When motherfucker shot you in the side or shot you in the shoulder, whatever, shot you in the arm, you're doing too much talking. Once you pull that pistol out, and there ain't supposed to be no talking whatsoever. Ain't supposed to be no negotiating. Once you pull that bitch out, they supposed to drop that shit and take it off. It's as simple as that.
And pulling a gun on someone to do a robbery is crazy because you're basically putting yourself into a situation where if they reach for their gun or they reach for their waistline or whatever, you gotta shoot. And if you don't,
Adam had to let that compute in his brain, boy. They've been putting him on game since he been out there in Cali, though. Adam know a whole lot more than what people be trying to give him credit for. You know what I'm saying? They be, oh, he's a culture vulture, man. Adam, say what y'all want. Hey, he do need the people, but some of the people out there need him too. It goes both ways, man. But let Dawgface keep explaining what's really up out here in these streets with these hustlers, man.
Your plan is really up because now you both got guns on. Like, I mean, this is all bad. You got to be ready to shoot that bitch.
You got to be ready to do it. You got to be ready to do it all. It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. And so, did everything kind of change once this one got told on you?
No.
Was that a major pivot?
I went to the youth home. I went to the training school. I came back out with robbing again.
Yeah. Okay.
Robbery is a sport.
And from what years would you say that you were really heavily doing this before you entered another phase?
84 to up to the time I went to prison. I started robbing at 12 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, my first robbery was a strong arm robbery. This little white boy, he had a bike that I wanted. Right? And I couldn't afford it. My mom was on drugs, so I seen him and he was a target. You hear me?
Yeah.
So I took him off that and I rolled off into the sunset.
Yeah, I'm glad I never ran into somebody like you when I was riding bikes back in the day.
Yeah. Because you would have gave it up. He would have gave it up. Called the police. I would have had the police around the whole block, boy, messing with Adam.
Yeah.
I remember I had a dude come. I was on my bike and he came up. He said, "I'll fight you for your bike," and I was like, "No, I'm good." And he didn't press the issue, and that's when I kind of realized, like, oh, they ain't really on that on my city.
I'll fight you for a bike is like, it's like, so in the hood amongst black people, the equivalent of that is somebody walking up to you and telling you, I like your shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where we from, when the guy walk up to you that you don't know, you ain't cool with, he say, I like your shoes.
Yeah.
That is, he's implying that he wants you to take them off.
Yeah.
He wanting them things, boy, for real.
So you have a decision to make after that happens.
Yeah. You can either kind of duck your head into your turtle shell or you could turn.
All right, man, we gonna end that right there, though, man. Y'all see, we got my boy Dawgface in here, though, man. He basically letting us know that, hey, bro, back in the day, this is life. This how I get down. This is intro of Dawgface on No Jumper. Dawgface say them hustlers back in the day was soft. Most of them, to be exact, bro. He say he didn't look up to none of the known drug dealers. He didn't look up to Jesse James and none of them, man. He say he was out there straight for survival. Dawgface came up pretty rough, as we can hear, bro. He say he started doing that at 12 years old, so that means he must have started knowing what life really was, or started getting an understanding of life at a very early age, is which probably why he ahead of so many mud jokers right now. That's just how it go, man. But I want y'all to get in the comment section, though, man, and let me know what y'all think about Dawgface, man. And y'all hustlers out there, man, y'all let me know, man, if Dawgface run up on you with that thing, what y'all doing, man? Y'all giving it up? Or y'all gonna let Dawgface have it, man? Just a friendly question, man. But y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comments. I don't know, just keeping it real. We're gonna call a ball, a strike. The Metaverse Umpire, BT Scoop. I'm out. Make sure y'all hit that hype button, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you're new, bro.